Hello and welcome students. I, Dr. Adil Patel, welcomes you for the discussion of the topic Good Automated Laboratory Practices. In this unit, we are going to discuss about the general introduction of GALP, that is Good Automated Laboratory Practices, various principles of GALP, GALP requirements, standard operating procedures of GALP, training documentation, 21st CFR Part 11. So this is a specific form which we have to submit along with necessary details to USFDA or any other regulatory agencies. General checklist for 21st CFR Part 11, and at the end we will discuss the checklist for the software evaluation. Starting with the very basic question, what is the purpose of GALP guidelines? So the purpose of the good automated laboratory practices is to establish a uniform set of procedures to assure that all LIMS data used by EPA are reliable and credible. Now what is LIMS? So LIMS is Laboratory Information Management System, and EPA stands for Environmental Protection Agency. The GALPs are developed from essential principles inherent to sustaining challenges to the reliability of data. These include traceability, accountability, standardized procedures, adequate resources, and most importantly, the availability of documentation that supports conformance with these principles. What is LMS? So LMS is not at all automated laboratory systems. LMS or LIMS stands for the Laboratory Information Management System. That means if you are using simple computer hardware with a set of software for the regular activities in laboratory, so it is not necessary that your computer system is qualified to be called as LIMS. So that is why not all automated laboratory systems are LIMS. Automated laboratory systems that record data but do not allow changes to the data are not LIMS. So again there is one more rider, or you can say the requirement, that if you are using a computer based system and after recording a set of data, if that particular system is not allowing you to make necessary changes into practical data, experiment data, then that particular system is not considered as LIMS. Now various principles and regulations used in developing the GALPs. So these are some fundamental principles from which the guidelines of good automated laboratory practices are developed. So agencies like FIFRA, that is Federal Insecticide, Fungicide and Rodenticide Act, TSCA, that is Toxic Substances Control Act, and the Information Resources Management Policies, which is known as IRM, has played very significant role in the development of GALP guidelines. Now good automated laboratory practices have various ways to apply these policies or guidelines in an organization. It also helps us to understand the various aspects of quality management in laboratories. So starting with the very fundamental thing, that is the overall laboratory management. So the laboratory management ensure that personnel clearly understand the functions, they are to perform on the LIMS. So whoever is going to operate the LIMS, he or she must have clear-cut idea about their duties and the objectives to be achieved. The laboratory management also ensure that a quality assurance unit, which is also known as QAU, monitors LIMS activities. The management also ensures that the personnel, resources and facilities are adequate and available as scheduled. The laboratory management receive reports of quality assurance unit inspections of the LIMS and audit of LIMS raw data and ensure that corrective actions are promptly taken in response to any deficiencies. The management also approve the standard operating procedures, setting forth the methods that assure LIMS raw data integrity, ensure that any deviation from SOPs and applicable GALP provisions are appropriately documented, and that corrective actions are taken and documented and approve subsequent changes to SOP. So overall, the role of laboratory management is to make sure that everyone is operating LIMS properly, and if there is a change in the standard operating procedure, that change should be well documented. The management also assure that each applicable GALP provision is followed. Laboratory management may delegate GALP implementation and compliance to one or more responsible persons. So the management will also delegate the various duties to people who are working in the organization for the effective implementation of GALP guidelines. The next is personnel, or the people who are working in laboratory and who are operating LIMS. So the laboratory management shall be responsible for the use and management of the LIMS. This necessitates that all LIMS support personnel and users are completely familiar with their responsibilities and assigned duties. Written job descriptions are very necessary. The laboratory management shall be responsible for ensuring that appropriate professional hiring and assignment criteria are used, coupled with appropriate training to ensure that all users are able to use the LIMS effectively. Because there are not widespread academic certifications of criteria that ensure system user competence, most laboratories rely on a three-part strategy for compliance. Number one, users are provided with clear operating instructions, manuals, and SOPs to enable them to perform assigned system functions. Number two, sufficient training to clarify these instructions is provided to users. And number three is users able to meet operation requirement are eligible to perform these LIMS functions. Now, because of its significance in evaluating the applicability of the GALP, the identification of documentation of LIMS raw data should be provided to all employees involved in the operation of the LIMS. It should be sufficiently specific and unambiguous to enable employees to readily identify LRD so that each employee knows when the GALP must be followed. Let us try to understand the role of quality assurance unit. So the laboratory management shall designate a group or individual as the quality assurance unit. The designation shall be consistent with the provisions set forth in guideline number 8.3. The quality assurance unit responsibilities are primarily inspection, audit and review of the LIMS and its data. An organizational plan should be developed to define lines of communication, reporting, inspection and review of the LIMS as its data. The quality assurance unit must be entirely separate from and independent of the personnel engaged in the direction and conduct of a study and should report to laboratory management. In smaller laboratories, a single individual may have many LIMS managerial responsibilities but may not be designated as quality assurance unit. So that was all about a very basic fundamental discussion of what is GALP, what is LIMS, what is LIMS and what is not LIMS as per the guidelines of GALP, what is the role of laboratory management in overall quality maintenance, what is the role of quality assurance unit, what is the role of management and the quality assurance unit to provide necessary training to personnel which are going to operate the LIMS. So please go through this video and the content of this video, and if you find any difficulty to understand any particular problem, then please let me know. I would be happy to solve your query. So thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good day and stay safe.